Welcome back to StoneBlock, and I've started to move our chests out and into our ME storage system. What I've quickly realised, however, is that I have a lot of things that are just unique. Stuff from loot boxes all over the place, and they don't stack, which means they use up types in the system. So I am, however, having to craft plenty of, trying to craft plenty of 4K storage modules. It doesn't matter if you craft the higher ones up. In fact, you can even craft 1K. That would fill this drive faster with lots of types with only like one storage in them. Because we're not segregating the storage, we're not saying this one is only for things I have 2,000 of. It can fill the types in any of these. So I'm just going to keep filling it with 4Ks. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're actually just making circuits. That's actually just finished. Good. And that means I can then put a whole bunch of, I've got this sorted to show me all the things I've got one of. And I've put all of those in this temporary storage chest that just doesn't stack. Keeps my system largely clear of them. However, that's not always the case. And as you can see, I've started moving stuff in here. In fact, while I'm here, I'm just going to get rid of a rather annoying... hopefully, if you let me convert you. Yep. Is you just a regular chicken? You are just a regular chicken. Fine, no problem. Let's put you back in there. Okay. I'll probably find that's an incredibly rare thing to actually get, but I don't much mind about it right now. I need to segregate the area with animals in different places, but we're going to get to that fairly soon. Well, not today, but fairly soon. So what we're going to do in here, I'm just going to grab some redstone. Let's just grab some of you. 15. That should be enough for 5 lots. I'm going to need more than that. Redstone. 16, 17, 18. Okay, and then we'll just assemble as many full logic processors as we can, and there we'll populate that. So what are we going to get to today? Well, I am going to continue doing stuff in here, just moving stuff in, but obviously that's not terribly exciting on camera. So what I thought we'd take a look at maybe is just how to get more wheat going. If I want lots of stuff for the chickens, to make the various different roost machines, everything like that, it needs just lots of wheat. And the wheat needs to be made into hay bales, and the hay bales we then use to build the blocks. But this should work for any farm. So let's just take a look at what we can actually do to speed things up. Now, I already am using one of them. You can see right here, this is fertilized dirt. It's a different texture than regular. This is made with the chicken manure. So that will already speed things up a little bit, but not necessarily very much. Now you can, there's a few other blocks you can actually make. I think there's some greenhouse glass. Yeah, greenhouse glass. So I think that actually speeds things up. However, first of all, it needs palace crystals, which we haven't got to yet. We make them on an empowerer. Yeah, and that needs I think 4 chests at 4 corners of it. Prismarine shards and pigments and stuff like that. So we've not got to that yet. However, that also needs the sky, and we don't have a sky. We have lots of stone. So that'll have to go into another dimension. Now, is the mining dimension in here? Dimension? What are we actually now? I need to go and look at what the actual item's called for that. We'll come back to that later. So other things that it is obvious to do. Well, actually, we've got 2 different sprinklers. We've got the open block sprinkler. That's cheap. They're both cheap. That just takes a bone block. I'm not sure how well each of these actually does the job, however. Oh, and the other thing, if you look in a tooltip, they use EMC. Now, there's another skyblock-like pack. Well, it is an actual skyblock, unlike this one, which is a stone block, out at the moment. And I should just mention that because I just saw the word EMC. Now, EMC is essentially a currency. If you're not sure what it is, it's a currency that you can use to exchange one item for another. So you can hand in an item with 1,000 EMC, and you can get 1,000 items with 1 EMC. Direct conversion through transmutation table. Now, if you're playing the Sky Adventures pack from FTB that just came out, you will have the ability to get to a transmutation table like this, it's got 12 million EMC, really quickly. Well, not so much in this pack. It's got a lot of longevity, and the reason why you want longevity is that as soon as you get to a transmutation table, a lot of things become trivialized. So I much prefer this idea where I can't just immediately, and there's a really good video of someone getting a transmutation table with just sticks in about 10 minutes or something on an FTB Sky Adventures. Yeah, it's far too fast. But in this pack, you'll be pleased to understand that, well, it's not quite so easy to get to. Now, that doesn't mean this is an expert pack by any means. A lot of this stuff is stuff we can get to. Well, it's not incredibly easy, but it is actually, you know, doable. If you're not used to Extreme Crafting Table, it's Avaritia, which is, yeah, it's a high-end mod for sort of endgame. This is why this table is here. Need to get to Britannia, End of Stars, Project E itself. Yes, lots of stuff to get going. However, so we are not going to get there just yet. We need to just think about some plants first of all. So that's the greenhouse glass out. We're using the fertilized dirt, and just to give you an idea, fertilized dirt. Not sure if I showed this. Fertilized farmland. Fertilized. Why can't I see the recipe for it? Can you give me a recipe? No. It is just chicken manure, so let's just have a look at the chicken manure uses. Yeah, there he goes. So put it around regular dirt and you get fertilized dirt. Fair enough. It's fertilized farmland, the other thing. Fine, no problem. So we can get the sprinkler. That's easy enough for us to craft. You've seen the recipe already. And there's a couple of different ones. I'm not sure how they differ, but we'll see like that. There's also growth crystals. Crystal. And growth crystal, tiny progression in the growth crystals. So works in a 9x9 farm, checks up to 2 blocks up or down, checks up to 5 blocks up or down. And yeah, so what do we need for that? That's another star. We're not getting another star. Sea lanterns, not necessarily. We have to sieve sponges for that, maybe? Yeah, don't think we're going to get there, so let's ignore that one. And then there are growth accelerators. Yep, mystical agriculture. That needs Inferium Essence, Diamond, and some stone. Inferium Essence we do have. These are not very good, though. Yeah, I think we have to... If I remember rightly, I've used these in another pack. When you do create them, you have to create entire stacks of them below your farmland, so going straight down, essentially. And then they will have some kind of effect. So those are out as well for the moment, I think. So sprinklers will do the job, and let's just create one of those. Let's get that. Let's have a look at also what we've got for harvesting. Harvesters, do we have anything that's useful? Automated gentle harvesting from cyclic. That's actually quite nice as well. Do we have... We have most of the ingredients for that. A dispenser, maybe? We just need a bow. Okay, we've got a bow. And that means we've got a dispenser. And this is much much faster crafting than we're used to. We just need another emerald, which is child's play to get. And hopefully that will be automated crafting. The other thing we need to do is start to think about hooking various farms back up to the AE system. Now, the way I always do this, and if anyone wants to let me know if there's any better way, feel free. I tend to use ender chests because they're paired inventories and you can pair them over pretty much any range, any dimension, as long as it's chunk loaded. And all you need to do is attach them at the other end. And generally, I will have one input chest for everything. And well, it's fact they're not paired. Yeah, the shared. Paired implies like there was only 2 sides to these inventories. There's not. So it's just the channels on top. So 3 white. If anything is 3 white, they will also contain whatever's in here. We'll have a ender chest that is the input one. I'll probably change this one to orange. I normally do that for my tools, and have triple white be the default color, which is for the input to the system. So you put the input on our A system over there, and then another triple white ender chest wherever you want farms, anywhere essentially, and all the stuff goes into that triple white and then gets automatically pulled into the AE system on the other side of things. I generally take that approach. We'll see if, well, that does work. I know it works. So yeah, why did I come through here again? Oh, emeralds. Yeah, so let's just grab a stack of emeralds, and while we're at it, let's grab a stack of diamonds, just so we've got something in our AE system that I don't need to run back for. Here we go. There's our one harvester. Let's hope that does its job. We are going to need a chest. I'm just going to get a regular chest for now. In fact, let's get one of the storage crates, because I can later just basically put it into an ender chest. But for an ender chest, we will need to get to farming blazes, which is something we need to get to, but just not yet. Maybe I should have... Maybe I should have put these a little bit further apart if I want pads. We can sometimes get harvesters that will go below the ground and do it, but for now, let's just leave it as is. So harvester, and okay, requires redstone. You require power. Looks like you kind of do. Always on. Harvest the whole area at once at the cost of fuel, 15 by 15. Let's just go for 3 by 3 in front of it. Preview hidden, preview rendered. That's the wrong way around. There we go. Normally with a dispenser, you'd expect that to pop at the back, into a chest or something. So let's get that to always on and show that. So hopefully that should be then doing stuff. It will need, however, power. Okay, now do I have another one of those? Did I make a flux point? Another one. Let's see if it will actually respond to typical RF power. Flux point. There we go. Do I have enough of these? Do I have any of these? No. I think they're back in my chest somewhere. Fine, I will go and get them, and then we'll see if this can hook up to the regular power network. And I will fix that at some point, but for now, that is actually going to be quite useful. The reason why I say that is I'm actually not going to want that central thing there. I think what I'm going to do is just replace that with... Let's grab you for a second. We'll use that as our water source. And then we need to go and craft a sprinkler for the top of it. Okay, so let's see whether this actually will let me attach to the RF network, or whatever the network's called these days. Please select battery power. Yep, that's working. Okay, and presumably that's going to then harvest. There we go. Harvesting. Good. Do you just appear in here? Oh, you got seeds as well. Fine, we are going to have to fix that. Seeds are okay, but we don't necessarily... They're going to get lots more seeds than I'm going to get wheat. So, you want to chest the storage crate. I wonder if it will automatically output. It'd be nice if it would, but I'm guessing it won't. Fine. What do I want to get? Sprinkler. Yeah, sort that one out. Not sure which of these will actually work, but they're very cheap anyway. So we can probably create a bone block. Yeah, and swine bars. And a bucket of water should be easy enough. Where's my bucket? I've got a bucket of witch water. That's not exactly what I wanted. Let me grab a bucket from the system. Hopefully I've got some in there. I do. Good. And we've got a sink available for water, so we may as well grab that. There we go. Drop that in, and then everything should be done. So I know what these do. I've used the open blocks ones before. I haven't used the cyclic ones, so I thought I'd craft one, and we'll see how well that does. If not, I'll switch back to the ones I know and I know work. No. Can I not drop you down? That's annoying. Let me place that block there. Oh, yes, it will. Will you actually start sprinkling, though? Put water below to enable. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to craft the other one and see if that automatically pulls water. If it will, then that's fine. Sprinkler. And it uses pretty much the same stuff, just except for a redstone torch. Make one of those. Make this. Makes it so much faster to craft. So much easier. Okay, let's pop that down. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, I'm going to use the open block one. It is a little bit... I don't think it's configurable. Not sure why there's an inventory system inside that sprinkler. I may need to go and look that up. But we've got all the ingredients we need to start actually doing this. Aside from what I think I'm going to do is put you above like that, and hopefully you're still powered. You are. And then maybe, well, we won't have it straight away. Or will you automatically output into a container that's next to you? No, be nice if you would. But that's no big deal. All we need to do is just auto output everything if possible. And we can grab some stuff from our backpack to do that. Item duct and a servo, hopefully. Yeah, looks like it'll connect. We'll just set this to output everything. Yep, there it goes. Okay, and for now, I'll just fill that hole back in, and we can obviously check back every so often. But that sprinkler will do the job as we need it to. So that's pretty good by me. Let's put that back in there, and some of this other flux stuff I got from the rest of the network. So there's no point keeping that in my inventory. If I haven't mentioned it, by the way, and if you haven't crafted one before, do craft a dev null /dev/null. It's just an apple and some cobblestone, and basically you put cobblestone in it, and then thereafter, whenever you dig any stone like this, it all just disappears. It doesn't gum up your inventory. It just goes straight into this one and then basically disappears. You can still use it to lay down cobblestone, but it'll just keep the maximum one stack available just in case you actually need it. So yeah, it's well worth having along with you. Speaking of that input chest, I think I am actually going to sort that now, assuming I've got all the ingredients. I've got just about 8 blaze rods left. I do need to set up a blaze farm, but we'll do that next episode, I think. That'll be a good object to do it with. But we can craft 2 ender chests. I am going to need some more dye just to change my tool ender pouch into something else. I guess, can we actually get flowers just by using bone meal on grass? Well, we certainly can here. Yep. Because what I'm looking for are the daffodils. Are they daffodils? Dandelions. Close enough. There we go. And you can see the sprinklers already doing that, in effect, in other areas as well. So, yeah, we're going to have a nice planted room. Okay, and then we can just put those through for dandelion yellow. And turn those around into just making, let's just say 6 orange. Just because I prefer orange, you can use whatever colour you like for this. And then, if I remember how to do this, we're just going to change the channel of our ender chest in here. Hello, Mr. Enderman. So we're going to change this to orange, orange, orange. And you'll see now my end... Oh, wow, hang on. Why? Ah. Yes. It's still in white, white, white because I've changed this one. That's no problem. I just have to take stuff out and then move it across. So if we just put my ender chest down for a second. Let's just put it there. And if I grab that stuff and put it in here now, I should be able to solve that problem. So if we just then resynchronize our ender pouch with this one, shift right click, I think. Yep. Now this should be empty. Good. And I can just transfer stuff across. So, you know, as you might expect, try and get as much stuff across there as you can. And put it into, well, it doesn't matter. Either the pouch or that will do the job just fine. So I will do that. I'll be back shortly. And with that done, we can take our ender chest and pop it, in fact, on an import bus. So I've just created one of those, same as we've done before. I'm going to put this at the top instead, and then we'll have that there. So that will import anything put into white, essentially, into our ME system. And the other side of that, we can then now just satisfy. We can just part this down and replace the storage chest that's down here. Yeah, with lots of stuff. With that, so that should start stuff going in, and you'll see it's starting to pull in, but it's quite slow. So why don't I see if I can craft some more of those acceleration cards? So let's take a look at card recipes. What does it actually need? Advanced cards. 4. Yeah, it was 4, wasn't it? And then basic cards. Okay, and then we want the. Let's just go back to cards, actually. We want the acceleration cards. So, actually, let's just put those in. I'll make 4 acceleration cards. And is it basic cards? What is it needed for the capacity? Am I really out of Certus quartz? Okay, well, we'll fix that later. Or at least I'll go and get some. So if I put that in now, you should see it's gone up to 5, as I said previously. I put the acceleration card in, and now it's pretty much pulled all of that stuff that was over there, essentially immediately, because it can do 5 slots at once, essentially. And this is all powered wirelessly. So with that, I just need some stone, and then we will seal everything back up again. Yep. Now, just like I've done here with the ME system that's here below, or at least the controller, we can do the same thing in the other rooms as well, build an underfloor area, and have everything connected to a single chest, rather than having lots and lots of ender chests separately. No real harm either way. You just put it here in the middle and then just pipe to it with whatever your choice of conduits are. But I'm pretty happy with that. And this will even go much larger. It'll go to 15 by 15. So instead of just doing it here, as I was a bit worried about, what I can probably do is put that sprinkler. Now, how wide is it? It looks like it's going at least 7 by 7, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like 7 by 7. If that's the case, then we could sort of put it here and have 4 sprinklers for the room. Not that these need sprinklers at the moment, of course. And then have an ender chest under each one or something, or have the harvester back here, or even here. It will do 15 by 15, which is, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 11 by 11 should be just fine, which will take care of, this 3 by 3 section in our farms. But I've left it where it is because there's nothing else being farmed at the moment, so we can always move it later. Now, quick note here in that this doesn't make our existing storage drawers system redundant. A lot of the time with stuff that is to be processed, you probably want to keep it in a storage drawer system. These, do we have deep storage? Let's have a look. Deep storage? No. No, we don't. Okay, so I guess we'll just have to go for upgrades on these. Deep storage is something that I'm used to with another mod. We're not going to get into that, but what we can use these for is lots and lots of storage of lots of items of one particular type. And if it's going to be processed like this stuff, which needs to be automatically converted into metal, we haven't got to that system yet, then this would be an ideal candidate. We'll just have that as kind of the intermediary sort of storage area, and stuff that won't be processed or further done, like, for example, the things of infinity, whatever they're called, grains of infinity, or our Certus quartz, etc., bone meal, we'll just send into our main ME system, or if we're getting lots of it, you can keep them in storage drawers like this. The only thing you have to use is a storage bus. If you want to be able to access this stuff anywhere in here from our ME system, you connect up a bus just like we did with the import bus, but just to, I think the drawer controller should do it, and then we can just pull stuff out of that system just like we can do by just walking over here. But because these two systems are relatively far apart, what I may well do at the moment is just export the useful stuff, the stuff I use quite a lot. That's the Certus quartz, that is the ender pearls, blaze powder, glowstone, And that you should be over here. Yeah. Glowstone, diamonds, and the stuff at the bottom here. Want to go into that system. Everything else can remain here because we're not using them all that much. And I need to just rework the way we do that. I don't think I can actually put the stuff directly in like this. Or if not, I would have to have a system to pull out everything of specific types from this automatically. And then into an ender chest. And back into the system over there. That would work quite well, actually. I think I may well try that next episode. Now, before closing on this episode, I thought we'd deal with one final thing, which is just to say we need to scale up those inscribers a little bit. So I'm just going to take some of this redstone. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm just going to, first of all, grab some dust, everything that this generates, just passively. And I don't have my magnetism ring on, so hopefully that's not going to rip everything out. But that should then get pulled into the system. And I'm going to take a few of these. Just leaving one in there just to keep a placeholder. And we're going to go back, make a few processes, and then we need to just scale up the inscribers. And by that, we just need to make more of them, essentially. Now, I haven't made the regular inscribers, but the advanced versions, they need more materials. So we need these engineering processes made from diamonds to get that sorted. Here's the recipe, of course. And we just fill that in with the processors. And here we are. I can make 3 more of them at least. That's enough to get us started. I've put a hole in the wall here just because that's convenient for now. I may well hide these later, but for now, let's just put them here. In fact, hang on, I just need to dig out 2 more things. One there, one there. Yeah, well, I say 2 more things, I mean 4 more things. There we go. So we've got 3 inscribers. Now they need to be hooked up to our AE system. So downstairs I've made a passageway going off this way, and it will go up. And we've got access to the back of these things up here, at least for now. Okay. And that just means we need more smart cable, which of course needs more flux cable. And conveniently, that requires more wool and more glass. Now, I haven't made glass sort of a farm for it, or auto production for it. We need an auto production of sand for that, and that's coming soon. So we've got ME cover cable now. I went and just made some glass manually. And we need smart cable, don't we? Or we want smart cable. It's not necessary, but it is very useful to use it. And we're out of redstone. Okay. Redstone. Yeah, however, I do have 9 cable left, so let me just put that in there. In there, so I just need the vertical section. What do you reckon? Maybe about 15, 20, 25 or so? Yeah. And remember the 8 channel limit for each side, well, each cable coming from each side. This is a multi-block, by the way, so you can put more of these down to extend it. It's not really a problem. However, over there, we're going to have probably 5 devices, maybe 7. So that'll still be within the 8 channel, or the 8 device limit on one cable, or at least one thin cable. And with some redstone, one other exception for the harvesting and planting of stuff comes to mind, rather than just doing this the traditional way with a farm that's on the ground that you can look at, is to use cloches. Now, we haven't got cloches either yet, but I do want to actually test them, because I have used them in the start of the series. What was it called? It was the last Minecraft series I played, basically, and I'm going to come to them in a minute. Let me just make this cable first of all, smart cable. And it's the flux kind, so we can make all of it. That's 1. Let's make the rest, please. 60. There we go. That'll do for now. You can colour this cable as well. They won't connect if you have 2 different colours. Flux, however, or the flux cable, will connect with all colours. So, yeah, if you want to keep things separate, you're going to use colours ideally. And there we go. Connected. Okay, that should show up. It takes a little while for it to connect. In fact, do they use up a channel? They may not even use up a channel, which is fine if they don't. Do they have power now, though? That's the main thing. We can't. Oh, yes, we can. Yep, they've all got power. So I'll move the one from over here. Let's take that out. Break it. And we can put it back down with its pals. We need one more, of course, but that's not a big deal to make. We can then decide we want engineering, logic, calculation, and then, you know, we may want more than one silicon, but for now, one silicon will do the job. And in case you notice I'm seeming to pause between in the episode, lots of cuts, that's because I'm suffering from a terrible cough right now, and I do not want to cough on camera and down your ears. So if you also notice my voice going a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm suffering a little bit at the moment, so I hope to get over that fairly soon. And I think I'm going to move that down there now. Okay, so cloches then. And just to close up, cloches are basically all-in-one farms from immersive engineering. They do, however, require us to get into immersive engineering. That's why I've not done them in this episode, but I think I may well cover them very, very soon. They're quite handy. They just need some power and some water, and that's pretty much it. We need an engineer's workbench, an engineer's blueprint, which needs some bits and pieces, copper, gunpowder, paper, we've got all of that. And needs to make us to make a few things, so some redstone, some glass, straightforward, some copper wire, fairly straightforward, just need some shears, and a nickel plate, so we can make vacuum tubes already. Iron mechanical component, just need some iron plate, again, straightforward, but there is immersive engineering machines that will do that for us, like the metal press. So we can make all of this, and we shouldn't have any problems. The only difference is we need to use manual methods to start with. And given that I can do all of that off camera, then I think I will do that off camera. I will just make a few cloches. You've just seen me show you the components now. You know, we can actually make that. We have done those plates, and the wire isn't very much. I'll make an engineer's, in fact, what's the engineer's workbench? Because that is one thing I didn't look at. Engineer's workbench? Yeah, there it is. Oh, it's straightforward. Treated wood planks. I think that needs creosote. Do they need creosote? Treated wood planks? Can you get me the original recipe? Treated wood. Okay, can you get me... It isn't showing me, but I'm almost sure it actually needs creosote. Treated sticks, treated wood. Yeah, it's just not showing me, but I'm almost sure it's creosote. And that's what we're actually collecting back where we're making steel at the moment. So if we go over here, if you haven't made one already, you probably want to make a coke oven and a crude blast furnace. It's just 3x3x3 of the blast bricks and the coke oven bricks. And it will make steel, which is a good thing. But we also are using it to, up here, just behind this, you'll see I've got a drum here. And this drum is got lots, well, 90 buckets of creosote oil. So we'll then use creosote. I wonder if I look at creosote, will it actually give me the recipe that way? So if I look at this, no. Maybe I'm missing it. It has been a while since I actually did that, so I'll look it up off camera. I'm almost sure it does involve creosote anyway, in some way or another, and we'll get that going. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. We've got some nice starting farms going, and you can plant pretty much whatever you want around here. I can just increase this and move it back, and it will work perfectly well. At least 7x7 for the sprinkler. I may have to figure out a way to get... we'll just have to put more sprinklers in place. Let's see how much wheat... There's only been about 40 minutes or so of me actually doing stuff and about, 25 minutes of you watching. Wheat. Yeah, it's over a stack. So we can just grab a stack now. And we can make 7 hay bales, which will let us make more chicken stuff. So yeah, pretty happy. And of course, I will continue to go and fill out this ME drive. Probably put another one on this side actually to balance this whole thing out. And that should let me transfer all of the stuff from our old system into our new one. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe and share, and we'll see you next time for some more StoneBlock. As always, guys, Thanks for watching.